Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from the .com.
And we are standing in the parking lot of a Taco Bell.
About to make some mistakes.
Yes, so...
as one does in the parking lot of a Taco Bell.
Welcome to Mark Men's Breakfast Club. If you follow any of the folks on YouTube that taste food and travel and do fast food reviews, you've probably already seen the new Taco Bell Naked Chicken Chalupa. And when I saw the commercial, I knew we just had to have it. So we
I've not seen it, so I know nothing about it.
He knows nothing about it. We came to a nearby Taco Bell. It's 11:38, I think now, p.m. And first thing we noticed is that on the menu board, they have the big box that includes the chalupa and a couple other things. And I hadn't seen anybody talk about this yet. And then now that we've received it, we're kind of curious about the nipples on the cover of this. Don't know what that's all about, but it says Living Moss is all about going big.
So we'll do it with taste, you do it with life. So I don't know what we're in for.
No idea. So this has got...
Mine's not looking so big though.
This has got the chalupa and I guess 2 tacos. I don't know which tacos, but this is the Naked Chicken Chalupa. What it has inside of it has an avocado ranch, some lettuce, some cheese, some tomato. But what is most interesting is what's not inside. And that is, there is no chicken inside of this Naked Chicken. That's because...
the chicken is naked someplace else.
The tortilla, if you will, is the chicken. How crazy is that?
It looks like it's not even chicken so much as just chicken... chicken skin.
Comes with this neat little diaper. Here we go. It's,
hang on,
he's got
a hot sauce this sucker.
Gotta sauce it up. I'm gonna go for it naked. I mean, you can always add more, but you haven't even tasted it yet.
Doesn't matter.
All right, here we go. That's interesting.
That's a win. That's a win.
So, it's got that chicken patty is about a 1/4 inch thick, I would guess. That is really good.
So I think, looking at the sauce, is this avocado ranch?
Yeah.
All up in there? That's really good.
It really doesn't matter what else is in this box. This is what I want to try.
So,
how crazy is that?
It's, there is chicken in it. It looks like they've just created a chicken tortilla, breaded it and fried it. And, so it's surprisingly crispy, given the fact that there's actually chicken. It almost looks like just chicken skin.
That would be good.
Yeah.
So Jandy, my bride, she is now on a low-carb diet as a result of learning about her new diabetes. And so, of course, when I throw something out like this to her, she's like, well, you know, I can't eat it. I checked it, 22 carbs. So if you're on an low-carb diet, it's probably too much. But anyway, she's staying down below 100 carbs, which still, to me, seems awfully high. But 22 carbs, not bad at all.
All right, that's good. Unfortunately, the price isn't perfect. They're $3 a piece.
Yeah.
Which I guess if you're getting the box, is a pretty good deal.
Well, that's why I went for the box. I didn't even know about the box.
The box I think was about $6.
$6.
Came with drinks and 2 tacos that we'll discover later. That was really good.
How cold is it?
Huh?
How cold is it right now?
A little chilly, a little brisk.
It's cold.
I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Wasn't really preparing to be standing outside.
Hold on, I'm gonna check the Dark Sky app is gonna tell us what's happening right now. It is 32 degrees in High Point, North Carolina.
The things we do for you guys. I can get behind that avocado ranch.
Yeah, I like that.
It's almost got a hint of. It's very ranchy, kind of almost like a synthetic ranch taste, a lot like the ranch Doritos.
Yeah, probably.
They're just overly flavored, but then the avocado stands out enough to kind of mellow it.
The reason why,
and then with the fire hot sauce, it was great.
The reason why I didn't want you to put the fire on is Dame, when he was eating it on Dame Drops, his channel, he was noticing that it was spicy, and the spice was coming on the more he ate it. So he finally tore some of the chicken tortilla off and had that straight and figured out that's what it is. The chicken itself has got some spice to it, which pretty bold move, Taco Bell.
With the fire hot sauce, it was really good.
So we highly recommend you go out, you get one of these. Tell us what you think of it, whether you've already had it or haven't yet, and get the big box if you're hungry.
Yeah, this is much better than KFC's chicken sandwich.
Oh, what is that silly thing? The double down.
Yeah,
the double down. That was outrageous.
Yeah, it's kind of in that spirit, but it is a significant upgrade. So
all right. Hey, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll see you again soon. Visit aristocop.com. Oh, I threw that in. So now we are in my office, and it's days later, and we realized, dang it, we are not going to get this thing complete if we don't get this done. So I just happened to have Boy with me, and we thought we'd wrap this video up. So when we last saw you, you were showing us fidget cubes in our car, filmed by in a very dark car.
That's right.
So you have your fake and your real fidget cubes with you today?
Yeah, I do.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
Well, so what I find fascinating, this is the original fidget cube by a company named Antsy Labs. And I think I may have mentioned the other day that they were ripped off. They had a Kickstarter. It did incredibly well. They were ripped off by a lot of Chinese companies. Here is a Chinese knockoff. It is a well-made knockoff.
Are there poorly made knockoffs?
There are some incredibly poorly made knockoffs. Some where the seams are very visible, look like when you get them they're already falling apart. Some where the buttons are clearly just different. So one of the things that is immediately evident, one difference, is with these joysticks. This one is raised a little bit, whereas this one sits very flush. Now their movement is pretty similar. Oops. So this one doesn't move quite as far because it's not as long of a...
This is more of a slide.
Of a stick.
That one's more of a tilt.
Right. There are some where this sticks out another 2 or 3 times this height. Looks like it just would be prone to breaking.
Yeah.
So one of the things that is pretty obvious is the size difference. This gray cube is bigger. Here's an example of the seams I was talking about. So you can see around the edge there that there's a pretty obvious seam. On this one, the tolerances are much better. Now it's hard to see because it's black. You can see that that's where the seam is, but it's not nearly the same gap there. So not only are there some knockoffs that are really good, really high quality, which, given the fact that they were only going off of pictures of this, video, and description, it's pretty impressive how similar they are. Antsy built the cube as a vinyl desk toy. This feels very plasticky. This one actually feels like vinyl. It's got a kind of a smooth finish. Some of the things that Antsy talks about is how the buttons on the dice, three of them,
Antsy, like A-N-S-I? Like
A-N-T-S-Y.
Antsy.
Yes.
Because ANSI is the American National Standards Institute. Like your safety glasses all have an ANSI.
No one knows that
grade.
Just you, old man. So one of the things they talk about is how on these buttons, 3 of them will click. So that clicks, clicks, clicks. 2 of them will not.
Okay.
This feels really nice. These are hard plastic buttons. They're very springy. So this, taking that description, 3 of these buttons click. a different kind of click. 2 of them don't, but the 2 that don't almost feel like you're just pushing on a sponge. It's not nearly as satisfying. Some of the other, you heard me. Some of the other obvious differences, you can see the size difference here. Size in this wheel. These wheels spin. This one free spins. This one clicks. I don't know if you can hear that. There's some resistance there. On the buttons, this one side has a very clearly stronger spring.
Mm-hmm.
On the original, they'll actually sit flush.
Yeah.
And the spring's not as big either. I like the dials on the original much better. This one they free spin. This one they actually click. So it feels like you're trying to open a combination lock. Where here they're just free spinning. Okay. My favorite on both is still the ball. It's a ball bearing that clicks. The click is good on both.
Yeah, it clicks and you can spin it.
Yeah, the ball. And then there's this one side is a designed after the worry stones. And so you just kind of hold it like that. So the original has the Fidget Cube logo on the wheel. So there are companies that have been making the knockoffs in different sizes. Some that are bigger, some that are smaller, some that are incredibly small, about this big, with the joystick standing out well above the top of the cube. Apparently on some of the, you can do some reviews and find people that have bought a bunch of them and have done comparisons. On some of them, you can apparently take off this spinning plate, and beneath here is a screw. You can unscrew that and take pieces out and disassemble them. And so there are people that have taken these and have switched out buttons. So they might have one with all clicky buttons and one with all silent buttons. They have, will make modifications.
Now, why might someone want them to be silent?
So one of the things this is built for, it's a fidget toy, and it's designed for people that need to be doing something with their hands while doing something else. So for a lot of people that might be in an educational setting, in a classroom, where you don't want a click, an audible click, when you're trying to just do something with your hands while also paying attention to a lecture. Same for in business. There are people with...
You see what this box is?
Yep.
You're resting on a box. Let me see if I can pull this out without disturbing too much. This is a box of training toys that I use. Look at all the silly putty. And these are things that are designed for folks to be able to fidget with, but not to become a distraction to other people. And I use these in my job because some learners just learn better when they have something to keep their hands busy. But they may be sitting next to somebody who is annoyed by sounds. And so it's taken me a long time to kind of settle in on which fidgeting items are going to be useful. The fact that this one's quiet on some of these features, I actually prefer that.
Right.
That would drive some people crazy.
However, you can sit here and do this
on the original, with kind of pushing down on it.
But you can do the same thing if you're not just click, 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 click.
I find that if I don't provide something for those people, inevitably, they'll be doing that.
Right, which is distracting to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, the different learning styles really comes into play. It's something that my wife could talk about for days and days. But how some people learn visually by seeing, some people learn by listening, some people learn by writing, and some people learn by doing with their hands. Unfortunately, in most learning situations, those people are the ones least likely to be accommodated, because it's hard to teach literature and make it hands-on.
Yeah.
But with what you can do is you can kind of short circuit their learning style by giving them something to do with their hands while learning a different way, and it kind of helps the process, because they're not sitting there just idly by. So a lot of the people that I work with and have worked with in the past, plumbers, tradesmen, craftspeople, those people by and large are
they're kinesthetic
learners. They learn by doing with their hands. They're not going to do well sitting in a classroom situation for long, long hours listening to lecture. They're also not likely to do independent reading and be writing papers when they would much rather be tearing apart an engine, figuring out how it works, and putting it back together. So this helps with that. So I bought this for training purposes, also for myself, because it's kind of fun.
Well, it is.
I'm pleased to have the original and to be able to compare it now. If you want to buy one, I think they're all about the same price. These still are not available. They sold, I think, $6.5 million worth of these pre-sale, and they probably won't be available for new purchases until July or later.
Wow.
So if you're
get a fake.
itching to get one, they actually had fakes on Woot that yesterday.
You're kidding me.
No. Yep.
That's
someone sent me a link. Well, a lot of them are being sold on Amazon.
Yeah.
So
we'll link to one.
That's right. Fidget cubes are cool.
So to wrap up this episode, let's also talk about, we were freezing cold the other night trying our Taco Bell tacos and the
chicken on the outside.
Chicken on the outside one. So we'll include that video. Oh, or did we just watch it? I forget.
Probably.
I think we just watched it.
Yep.
As you've had a little bit of time to think about that and digest that, I mean, what were your final opinions on that?
Digested pretty well. My opinion on it was the one that we had freezing in the cold was better than the two I got the next morning.
They serve it in the morning?
Well, it was 11 o'clock.
Okay.
I was getting ready to drive out to Raleigh, and so I stopped and got two. I can say that was my favorite thing in the box.
Yeah.
Getting two of them in a drink is expensive. It ends up being
like $8, right?
$10. Yeah,
really?
$10. So, in that regard, you're better off to go with the box if you can stomach getting a normal taco.
Yeah, see, I don't care for Taco Bell's regular tacos.
Right.
So to me, that wasn't a great deal. I would much rather have like their chicken taco or.
I think it would be perfect if they just had a bundle, a combo with two of those and a drink.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
That's all I would have needed.
All of them, all three that I've had have been really, really good. I recommend you go get some. Really good with the fire sauce, too.
Okay.
It kind of blends in.
I've only had one, so I'll have to catch up. Now, I thought it was good. In retrospect, I had the same exact opinion of that box. I thought it was a great value, but then as I look back on it, the other tacos were just tacos.
Right.
And they were just,
one was a Dorito
they
taco,
were just Taco Bell tacos.
Right. So it's a lose-lose.
Kind of was. But I did like that. Interesting product. So for me, it's still a go out and try it. See what you think. So
and it has had the same reaction. A couple of people I've told it to. It's had the exact same reaction I would expect it to. Kind of why, and that's weird and that's unnecessary. but they did a really good job.
Yeah.
Works really well.
All right, so weird episode all the way around. We thank you guys for watching and joining us this week. We'll get back in the shop next week. But for us this week, we'll see you again then.
See ya.